Which of the following best demonstrates an instructor's application of adult learning principles in an ISA safety training session? A. Providing lengthy lectures on regulatory content. B. Encouraging trainees to share prior work experiences during discussions. C. Using only written materials for instruction. D. Relying on memorization-based assessments. 2. A key characteristic of effective mentoring in the construction safety field is allowing mentees to work independently from the start. B. Giving feedback only at the end of a project. C. Providing consistent guidance with real-world examples. D. Avoiding discussions about errors or weaknesses. 3. In ISA's training philosophy, the most effective evaluation method ensures A. That all trainees score above 80%. B. A link between learning outcomes and observable performance on the job. Memorization of safety codes. D. Completion of the training in minimal time. 4. When developing a curriculum for workplace hazard training, the first step should be to A. Write the final exam. B. Identify learning objectives based on job-specific risks. C. Select multimedia tools. D. Choose the evaluation criteria. According to regulatory compliance standards, safety documentation must be A. Maintained only if requested by inspectors. B. Updated annually, regardless of changes. C. Accurate, accessible, and current. D. Discarded after every inspection. 6. Effective safety communication on a construction site should prioritize technical jargon. B. Simplicity, clarity, and consistency in messaging. Emotional appeal. D. Frequent repetition without feedback. 7. When evaluating a trainee's ability to apply safe lifting techniques, the best assessment tool is A. Multiple choice test. Peer feedback form. C. Direct performance observation. D. Written self-assessment. 8. In ISA training, which instructional strategy best supports problem-centered learning for adults? A. Memorizing safety legislation verbatim. B. Working through real-life case studies and scenarios. C. Reading from textbooks without interaction. D. Watching pre-recorded lectures only. 9. A key feature of competency-based training is that it A. Prioritizes theory over practice. B. Focuses on measurable skill performance. C. Requires only written examinations. D. Eliminates feedback loops. 10. Which communication strategy is most effective during emergency response training? A. Use of pre-scripted lectures. B. Two-way communication with scenario-based questioning. C. Strict memorization drills. D. Passive video observation. 11. The ISA emphasizes that evaluation of training programs should measure A. Learner satisfaction only. B. Long-term behavior change and job performance. C. Classroom participation. D. Attendance rates. 12. A major purpose of conducting a hazard analysis, JHA, is to A. Eliminate the need for PPE. B. Identify and control potential hazards before work begins. C. Simplify documentation requirements. D. Replace training with observation. 13. When developing training materials for a multicultural workforce, the trainer should A. Use complex terminology. B. Include visuals and multilingual resources. C. Deliver the course in one language only. D. Avoid interaction. 14. Effective feedback during mentoring involves A. Criticizing mistakes immediately. B. Providing specific, constructive, and timely input. C. Delivering general praise at the end. D. Focusing only on written evaluations. A safety trainer who uses simulation exercises primarily aims to A. Improve recall of theory. B. Replicate realistic conditions for hands-on learning. C. Shorten course time. Replace evaluations. 16. When training experienced workers, the instructor should A. Assume they know all safety protocols. B. Engage them in problem solving based on their prior experience. C. Limit discussion to new hires. D. Focus only on legal requirements. 17. According to IHSA standards, the foundation of an effective safety culture is A. Leadership commitment and worker involvement. B. Punitive enforcement of rules. C. Reduction of meeting times. D. Extensive written policies only. 18. The best way to ensure that a training program remains compliant with regulations is to A. Update it whenever legislation or standards change. B. Review it every 5 years. C. Follow outdated but familiar procedures. D. Limit updates to company requests. 19. One method to evaluate the effectiveness of a mentoring program is to A. Review attendance sheets. B. Conduct follow-up performance reviews. C. Measure satisfaction surveys only. D. Observe informal discussions. 20. The principle of andragogy in adult learning emphasizes A. Instructor-led control. B. Learner autonomy and self-direction. Memorization. Rote repetition. The most effective way to handle language barriers in training is to A. Increase lecture length. B. Use visual aids and plain language. C. Assign translation to trainees. D. Reduce participation. 22. A well-developed curriculum for fall protection training should A. Focus only on legislative texts. B. Integrate theory, demonstration, and practical exercises. C. Exclude hands-on activities. D. Ignore evaluation feedback. 23. During a toolbox talk, the supervisor's main goal is to A. Test theoretical knowledge. B. Reinforce awareness and participation in safety practices. C. Deliver corporate updates. D. Collect attendance signatures. 24. Which of the following best supports continuous improvement in training programs? A. Ignoring feedback from trainees. B. Regularly analyzing evaluation results and revising content. C. Reducing session duration. D. Repeating previous materials. 25. An instructor notices that participants are disengaged. The best response is to A. Continue the session as planned. B. Incorporate interactive problem-solving or case studies. C. End the class early. D. Move on to the exam. 26. According to IHSA, proper hazard reporting should be A. Voluntary and verbal. B. Documented, timely, and verified. C. Limited to supervisors only. D. Done annually. 27. The most reliable method to assess safety culture maturity is through A. Anonymous surveys and observation data. B. Management interviews only. C. Worker turnover rates. D. Training attendance. 28. During curriculum development, aligning objectives with IHSA standards ensures A. Legal defensibility and effectiveness of training outcomes. B. Reduced instructor workload. C. Elimination of quizzes. D. More entertaining sessions. 29. In a high-risk work environment, pre-job briefings are most effective when they A. Are short and informal. B. Encourage worker input and review of task hazards. C. Are conducted monthly. Focus on unrelated safety topics. 30. To ensure retention of safety knowledge, adult learners benefit most from A. Repetition without application. B. Immediate hands-on practice after instruction. C. Written tests only. D. Long lectures. 31. When coaching a new worker, a mentor's first responsibility is to A. Evaluate performance before providing guidance. B. Model safe behaviors and explain procedures clearly. C. Leave the worker to observe others. Conduct final assessments. 32. An effective method of evaluating the success of IHSA safety programs is by A. Counting total training hours. B. Measuring reduction in workplace incidents. C. Tracking course attendance only. D. Reviewing cost savings. 33. Which of the following aligns best with adult learning motivation? A. Fear of penalties. B. Recognition of personal and workplace relevance. C. Forced attendance. D. Passive listening. 34. The main advantage of peer mentoring and safety training is A. Reduced formal oversight. B. Enhanced engagement and mutual accountability. C. Less time spent in training. D. Avoidance of evaluations. 35. To improve communication across multiple sites, IHSA recommends A. Centralized updates through clear and consistent messaging. B. Leaving each site to interpret guidelines. C. Using technical manuals only. D. Avoiding email summaries. 36. The purpose of formative evaluation in IHSA training is to A. Grade trainees. B. Provide ongoing feedback to improve learning during the process. Summarize final results only. D. Replace certification exams. 37. When addressing non-compliance, an effective instructor should A. Use punitive measures only. B. Discuss consequences and provide corrective coaching. C. Ignore the behavior. D. Remove the trainee immediately. 38. During risk assessment training, using real workplace data helps A. Increase engagement and relevancy. B. Confuse trainees with too much detail. C. Reduce realism. D. Simplify testing only. 39. An IHSA-approved safety leader fosters compliance by A. Enforcing rules without discussion. B. Modeling desired behaviors and promoting open dialogue. C. Delegating all safety responsibilities. D. Limiting worker feedback.